Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic and another fascinating looking Sudoku puzzle today. Don't forget, of course, all our apps and the Discord server, they're all linked under the video in the description field, and that's where you can find how to get to our Patreon site, where, of course, the new Hitchhiker's Guide hunt is going along at the moment. So tons of content always on Patreon every month. Very well worth joining, and that hunt is live. So have a go at that if you can, and good luck. Now, what have we got here? We've got a puzzle called Disjointed, well, with a 5 instead of the S in Disjointed, by David Alderson, and that is a tip to us to watch out for a disjoint subset rule. So let me just run you through that. Now, David is, I think he's a schoolmaster who we've featured once before on the channel. It was a great puzzle, so looking forward to this. Now, in a disjoint subset puzzle, no digit appears in the same position within two 3x3 boxes. What do we mean by the same position? Well, we mean something like this, the top left of each box. No digit appears twice in the same position within a 3x3 box. So effectively, that group of cells has to be a set of the digits 1 to 9, and the same for kind of the middle cells of the 3x3 boxes. Now, as well as that, we have a few little killer cages which show their totals, normal Sudoku rules, and an unbelievably large grey line which is a palindrome, which means it reads the same in either direction. I'm not sure if I've done a puzzle with a longer palindrome, but it must mean that these two cells will be the same as they're the ends. And basically, however it reads going one way up the palindrome, it'll read exactly the same way starting from the other end. Oops, not there. Let's try again, going this way. So really interesting that this could possibly be done with this little information. I don't know what that palindrome looks like. I mean, is that to do with the 5 David's put in the title, or is that 5 going to be a clue to something else? Actually, to me, it looks like the bathroom troll from Harry Potter, or maybe the ice monster from Frozen. That might be what we're looking at here. But you may have your own view of what that looks like. Anyway, it's going to make for an interesting puzzle. Don't really know how to go about this, I have to say. Do give it a go on the link under the video, though. I'm going to start now. Let's get cracking. And obviously, we can mark a 1-2 in the 3 cage, which is the only giveaway cage. But that is on the palindrome. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 9th and 10th cells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And let's get this right, otherwise we're making a horlicks of it straight away. So one of those, whatever that is, must appear on one of these 3 cells of the palindrome. Maybe it's, I don't know, I mean that's 4 cells away, so that's those 3. So one of 1 or 2 appears in one of those cells. Much good may that do us. Okay, I mean, spoiler alert here. I bet what we're going to try and find out is that this can't be 1 or 2 in the 7 cage, so that's 3 or 4. And then this won't be able to be 1, 2, 3 or 4, so that'll be 5 or 6, because that's kind of a very neat progression along the cages on the line. But that is just frankly wild and ludicrous prediction, so I've no idea. Let's see if that comes true, if we can. What can we do? Right, what I'm going to do is what I thought of at first and put off because I found the 3 cage. I'm going to try colouring the ends here. So let's go red to start with. And then there'll be a red cell somewhere here, but who knows where. Let's do this next one as yellow. This next one as blue. So, of course, right. So this 11 cage here is now made up of blue and green. Obviously, these 4 cells have to be different. They appear in the same cage as each other. But now blue and green must add up to 11 down here as well. So these cells have to include blue and green. Actually, they also have to include red. So let me just use our lovely colour scheme. Thanks to Sven for this, and mark them as a blue, red, green triple. I'm just going to keep going for a bit. Let's go purple next. And that has to be different from red, blue, green, yellow. Just have to be careful here in case we suddenly come up with a colour that could be the same as another colour and we end up with one of those classic out of context things like, black is purple. So purple is different, and there must be a purple up there somewhere. Then the next one, let's go orange, and I'm really running out of colours now, but I'm still on the palindrome, still in these left-hand boxes. Yes, orange goes in there. So we have done something with the colours. I mean, I don't know what the number is, and I'm frankly beginning to wonder how we'll ever get any numbers in this, but at least we could place the orange in box 1 thanks to the colouring. The trouble is, then we get to these. Not only am I running out of colours, that and that just don't look promising as... I mean, whatever this next cell is, I know it's not 1 or 2 because it appears here, but yeah, now it starts getting difficult. No, this must be a 7th colour. Let's go dark grey on that, because it sees all of these 5 colours, allowing for that triple, and it also sees yellow. So that is a 7th colour. So we're up to 7 different digits in our colouring scheme. Then this is going to be red, blue or green, and we know which because we've got green and blue looking at the equivalent cell here. So that's red. Okay, well this is definitely progress. Nowhere near digit progress, but then what happens? At least we didn't use an 8th colour. Now I'm going to have to. And this next colour is a 1 or a 2. Let's go black because otherwise I don't get much distinctness with the light grey. So, no, it could be in there. Hang on. These numbers on the palindrome, maybe they see these cells. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, after the 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. These two add up to 7. How the heck do I mark that so I remember that that's the 7 cage? I'll tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to put zeros in there just to remind myself that those cells are important. They are that 7 cage mirrored on the palindrome. And therefore, these two are the 11 cage mirrored. And this is the center. Oh, and those two are the same digits as these two because of the palindrome. So one of them is orange or yellow, maybe both of them. And they all appear in those 3 cells. And there's 3 different 11s in box 1 now in some way. What do you do with that? Oh, what I was going to look at was whether these can be black. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on from the last black. And this one is 6, 7, 8, 9 on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, that could be 6, 7, 8, 9. That could be, although it couldn't be a 1 because it's in an 11 cage. So that actually turns out to be incredibly unhelpful. If that was the other black cell in those 2 positions, it would have to be here. No, you see, this is where I have to be careful. Black could be the same as something else already. It could be... Can't be any of those. Could it be orange or purple? Yes, it could be orange or purple. Oh, so that, I don't know, I'm going to uncolour it because I hadn't thought about that. Those cells aren't telling me much. What about these two? Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5, 6, or 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, it can't be in that cell, which is the equivalent of that one in the 7 cage. So it's in one of those two cells, whatever this is in one of those two, and therefore one of these two. Oh. And therefore it's not on the rest of the palindrome, because of, as you can see in boxes 2 and 5, the rest of the palindrome between these two instances of, okay, let's colour this digit black, and we'll go do this one as black, and it can kind of, we don't know which of those two is the black one, but we know it's in one of those two, so we know it's in one of those two. We don't know, and I'm not making any claims yet, whether it could be the same as yellow or blue or green. It can't, yeah, it could be. So I'm not trying that. I'm just seeing what happens to this. And I have seen something in column 8. So what I'm saying is it can't be on any of those cells in boxes 2 and 5 because there's already black somewhere in them. Therefore, it's not on any of these cells. And not being on these cells is quite important because it's not on those cells in box 6. It's not there. Or is it there potentially on the palindrome? That's the closer one. That would put it there. Well, anyway, black is somewhere in these cells. And that's interesting because it means it's confined down here to one of those two. But, oh yeah, I don't know if it's green, blue or yellow. That's the trouble. So it doesn't resolve it there. 1, 2... Oh no, hang on, that's not one of those two. That one is the same as that, and it can't be there, so that's not black. So look, there's an X-wing of black there. And remember the disjoint subset. Yes, it can't be here. Where is black? This is brilliant. Where is black in row 3? Well, it's not now in those cells because of the X-wing. And it can't be there because of the disjoint subset, because it appears in a bottom right cell here. So this black number, oh, that is absolutely stunning. It has to be in one of these two cells in row 3. Therefore, it's not only in a 3 cage, it's also in an 11 cage. And you know as well as I do what number that makes it. It's a 2. That's absolute. I mean, I hope I'm going to recheck this logic because I really don't want to mess this up. That is the same as that on the palindrome, yes, so the closer in ones. Now, it can't be here, which is that cell. That's right. So it is in one of those two, which puts it in one of those two. Yes. That means in column 8, it's in one of those two. Yes, this all hangs together, and the disjoint subset stops it being there. Bingo. So in fact, black, and here comes that statement, black is blue or green, which I like. I don't know why. I wish I knew which one it was. Maybe I'll find out when we start putting it in. So, I don't know how to colour it. Okay, I'll leave it with the knowledge that we know that black is blue or green, and in goes 2 and 2. I will stop it being black when I can because that's not incredibly helpful. It's in this cage. So that's 2 and 9. Blue and green are 2 and 9. Now here we know where blue and green are, and one of them sees the 2. So brilliant. We can do 9 and 2 there. We obviously know that 1 is the companion to 3 in the 2 to 2 in the 3 cage. Oh, that's fixed this as 2. That's not black anymore. And look, 2-9 pair looking at that cell. So this one has gone to black. That's where 2 is. Now maybe they're sorted by the disjoint subset. Oh, maybe these are. Or maybe none of them are. Hang on, something must be. Yes, look, 2 there. That's here, so that's the 9. So we know that green is 9. Blue is 2. These black can become blue. And that will be great, not only in terms of visibility, but in terms of placement of numbers. So we can do 9 and 2 down here as well. And we're getting 9s and 2s all over the grid. Now the disjoint subset suddenly feels like a helpful thing. Look, 2 in the top left corner, so that's not a 2. And we can place the last 2 2s and get rid of the colouring from the other ones. So there we go. That's tidied up all the colours, all the numbers that we can do. Can we do anything else with 9s? Oh, no, I haven't done all the colours. There's another one to do. Green and blue. Numbers. What was I going to say? 9 can't go in those cells now by Sudoku. Oh, sorry, 7 cage. That's the way to do it, as Mr. Punch would say. A 5 there and a 5 there. On the palindrome, ooh, nearly proves the 5's in one of those coloured cells, but not quite. This 8 cage is now not 2, 6 or 5, 3. We can place 7 and 1. We're getting all kinds of numbers in the grid. This 12 cage is either 3, 9 or 4, 8. This 11 cage is either 3, 8 or 4, 7. And so these numbers are either 3, 8 or 4, 7 as well. This one is not 7 though, so that helps on the palindrome as well. Wow, if that's the intended break-in, there might be another break-in because that is hard, but that's really beautiful. Right, 1 is on one of these 2 cells by Sudoku, and I think on the palindrome that one is there where we can't have a 1, so we can place that as a 1. Where does 1 go in box 1? Not in those cells now. Let me just check. This is the center of the palindrome. I'm going to put my 0 in here now to mark the center of the palindrome. Yeah, that is the same. Those 2 cells have to be the same, so they can't be 1, so that is a 1 in column 5. Now, that's ruled all those out of being 1. 1 can't be in an 11 cage, and this red can't be 1 because of that. So 1 can be placed there, and there, and in one of those cells. Let's not forget the disjoint subset, although it's a bit hard to scan for, frankly. 1 in one of those 2. Can 1 be purple? Can at the moment. So neither of those are ruled out. Either of these on the disjoint? No, not yet. That's weird. Feels like something ought to have been resolved. So that is ruled out, but they must all be possible. So if 1 is there, then that's a 1 and that's a 1. But if 1... Okay, yeah. But purple isn't 1 because of the disjoint subset, so that's not a 1. There we go. Gosh, that's a really interesting way that disjoint and palindrome are working together. Very neat. And that's finished off our 1s, I think. They're all done. So, can we get any further on 9s? So, they can't be 9. 9 is in one of 2 places here, but it could be on the palindrome. Then we'd have a 9 in one of those 2. What's this equivalent to? That's equivalent to there. Oh, that could be 9. Maybe it's better to look at what if 9 was here in box 2, its only other position. Just going to highlight the 9s we've got. Then we'd get a 9 here. Since 9 can't be on this cell of the palindrome, which is this one, in fact, I can pencil mark that. I'm going to do that first. 9 can't be here because it's the same as this, which sees a 9. 9 also can't be here because of that, so 9 is on one of these 3 cells. Now, if we say it's there, and therefore it's here, it's now on the palindrome in one of those 2 and one of those 2. And this is impossible in column 6, because we've posited it's there. That puts it on the palindrome here, and it ends up on the palindrome there in the same column. Brilliant. So that's not 9. This is evil genius. This really is. This is a different level of puzzle. So we get a 9 there, and actually maybe it doesn't do that much for us. Hard one though it is. 9, 2, 1. I might end up not doing any more colouring because I don't really see the point. I mean, I could just colour that green now, but I'm not sure it's necessarily pushing anything forward. 9 in one of those 2 cells. Oh, are there any... I can't really use any killer cages for numbers anymore. Right, I need to find something else. 9... No, I don't know. What about 5s? No. Yes, 5 there. Rules 5 out of those, and 5's ruled out of those. So 5's in one of those 2 cells. Ooh, so it's either there or it's red. Could 5 be red? If all those were 5's, 5 couldn't... It could be on the palindrome. 5 could be red, but it could clearly be in the cage as well. That could be a 5-6 cage. That's not on the palindrome. Oh, come on. 2, 5, 1, 7. There must be something else going on here. I think 5 probably is on that bit of palindrome, but cannot see how to prove that. I don't know how to get more numbers out of this puzzle. I can get more colours out. Maybe I'm going to have to do that, get a bit more colouring done. Right, 9 could also be on those, and therefore in one of those 2. 9 is now up here somewhere. It's not in those cells. Oh, on the disjoint rule, if I thought enough about the disjoint, that's not 9 because of the disjoint. So 9's in one of those 2. Ooh, top left is not 9, so that's not 9. Those aren't. It's close. It's close to giving me something. What about 5's and the disjoint? No, it doesn't look like it's very helpful yet. 5 and one of those. 5. Oh, come on, Mark. Must be something going on here. 4. I just haven't got anything placed apart from these 5 different types of digit. Can that be? Maybe it's what's on the palindrome then. There can't be 7. Oh, can that be 7? 7. That can't be 7 because of the disjoint from there. So that would make 7 either yellow or orange, but it can't be yellow down here. So this, if 7 was here, 7 is orange, then it has to be in one of these two. Then it has to be here because it can't be on the palindrome there. Then it has to be here. Ah, it could be though. Oh, has the disjoint been broken anywhere? No. So it's quite plausible. 7 probably is orange. Oh, that's frustrating. Okay, let's think about red, because we've got quite a few red cells. So red cannot go in those cells or that one. By the disjoint, it can't go in there. That's quite interesting because of this. So red is one of those two. Then it's one of, it is this one because that cell, the middle and the middle right have gone, so those two are ruled out. So we get red in there. Down here, one of these two bottom ones. Don't think the disjoint has ruled on that yet. And we don't know what red is yet. Have we stopped it being 5? No, not necessarily, as long as it was there and there and there and there. But these two are on the palindrome, aren't they? And where are they on the palindrome? One of them is here, and the next one is there, which cannot be red. Right, so that is red. It is 5. It's that one. That's not. This isn't. This is. And reds are 5s, and colouring is wonderful, and I never said anything against it. Oh, that's on the palindrome. Yes, and that's exactly where it needs to be on the palindrome to match that. Bingo. And this one. I have a feeling 5s might have been a bit easier than I just made them, but they are done, and I don't care. Right, so the 5 from the title, we've got that done. And maybe that was the clue. Right, this is now from 3, 4, 7, and 8. So 6 in the row goes in here. First 6 we've got, and there must be a 6 in one of these cells. And therefore there's a 6 on this bit of palindrome between these two 5s. So that puts a 6 in one of those two. We might get somewhere near using a disjoint in a moment, even though we've only got one 6 placed. One of those two. Now, does that tell us anything else? Not really. If it was there, it would be here. No, that's absolutely incorrect. The inner cells of the palindrome are those two. So let's look at those together. Ooh. That would put a 6 in one of these two positions. But also yellow, orange, or purple. And therefore not in the dark grey. That's a bit complicated. Therefore 6 would be yellow. No, that's possible. Okay, start again a bit. Or at least look up here. 1, 2, 6, 5. The trouble is every one digit you get doesn't really advance the others much unless there's some killer cage confluence. 9, 2, 7, 5, 1. So yellow and grey are from 3, 4, 6, and 8. This 7. What is that doing for me? Oh, look at that. That is gorgeous. Right, where does 7 go in this box? It doesn't go there on the disjoint from the 1 7 I've got placed. And it doesn't go here because that's the same cell, the same 7, and the palindrome is stopping that. So 7 is in this 11 cage. If you saw that ages ago, my goodness, hats off to you. That is not straightforward. 4 7 there. Right, 3 8 and 6 here. 6 can't be in that cell. This is 4 6 and 7 up here. Ooh, so I suppose all orange and yellow are 4 6 or 7, and yellow is not 7. Fair enough. Yes, this palindrome has 3 6 or 8 on it, including definitely 6. Oh, that 4 7's on the palindrome, of course. So 7 4 go in there. Come on, give me something. 7 and 7. So we've got a 6 7 pair. That's what it gives me. Does the disjoint do anything there? Doubt it very much. Not yet. 6. So hard to keep track. I mean, it doesn't feel like there were that many rules, but what with the colouring and the palindrome and the disjoint, it is a little bit difficult to keep track. So 4 7 5 7 4. What's this? We know what this is. That's a 9. There you go. That's the sort of thing I'm finding hard to keep track of on the palindrome. That's green. Can that be a 9 too? Yes, in fact, it is a 9, because that's where 9 goes in the bottom row now. Bingo. So that is there on the palindrome. Okay, I will colour those green, and that must be the last green cell, so we can fill in a 9 there too. Not the last one, because I've just discovered another one I didn't do. There we go. All the 9's done. So 3 and 8 to go in these remaining cells. And down here as well, 3 or 8. In fact, that's a 3 6 8. Triple showing me where I could have put 4. Now yellow has become 6. So we can take 6 out of a number of other cells. Okay, yellow. Actually, maybe the colouring is good for the disjoints. That's really perhaps the best point of it. That's not 6. Yes, that's really useful actually. Ooh, not 6, I said. There we go. This must be the 6. We can do that on the palindrome. It is that one. Yes, let's get that right. An error now would be so fatal I can't describe it. 3 8 pair there. So this is 6 and 4 in column 6. 4 is either purple or orange in row 9. So one of those is 4. So this is 4. I'll take it anyway I can get it. And if, oh no, I was going to say in fact that's a 4 7 pair, but that's not necessarily true. This isn't 4. Oh, there's no 9 in this cage. I wish I'd got that 9 quicker, which was so available. Now I can fill in 4 and 8 there. And now I'm surely on the home stretch suddenly. I mean, all of this struggle, and suddenly grey is 3. Surely I'm going to know what orange is in a moment. This one is 3 8 3 8 on the palindrome. Yes, I've done that. Is that finished? Finished the palindrome apart from orange and purple. Oh, hang on, that's 5 cells. One of them must be resolved. Oh no, that's not on the palindrome. Okay. That's an 8. Orange and purple are 4 and 7 now, according to column 2. So that works in row 4. We can sort out the 6 7 pair. 8 6 7 in the middle. This is a 3 and 8. We know which way round they go. 7 and 6 down here. Surely I'm going to find out which is which out of orange and purple in a moment. 8. I still haven't. 8 and 3. In fact, I've got an X-wing. Oh, the disjoint. Okay. 7 in the top left. There we go. So purple is 4. And orange is 7. And we are done. And There's almost no point doing the colouring, but I know some of you care about it, so I will finish that off. 7 is 1, yellow is 6, dark grey is 3. Then we've got 1, 8 and 4 left for the... Oh, 4 is purple, yeah. There we go. And then 1 and 8 have to be the 2 shades of grey and black. So there we go. That not only... In fact, let's leave white as 8. That's a bit clearer. What a lovely puzzle. What an incredible construction. And if that break-in with the X-wing on... I don't even remember what colour it was. Oh, on 2s, effectively. On this blue that we had. If that is the intended break-in, that is awesome. Hats off if you did it. Let me know if there's another way in, because I'd be really interested if there's something a bit simpler than that. Do put that in the comments, and I will read them. And thank you very much for watching, as always, on Cracking the Cryptic. Thank you very much to David Alderson for sending a fascinating puzzle. And despite the look of the troll, he wasn't trolling us at all. Brilliant stuff. Hope to see you again soon on the channel. Bye for now.